Three.
Working for the weekend, then I wanna see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest plans and info. So all around town.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to what we call a nooner here at All Around Town Radio. It is Wednesday with the band, and we're going to get right to it. We've got a lot of guests to talk today and to chat with. We are live from the All Around Town Radio studios in beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Welcome to the program today on Wednesday with the band. And without any further, I'm going to bring in our guest, if it'll work for me here. Let's see what we can do. How y'all doing today? Everybody all right?
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. I see Sean joined us. Hi, Sean.
Yay.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us. And we're going to get right to you guys in just a moment. I want to start with Adam, though. We're talking about the Queen City Blues Fest. All right,
Correct.
Adam.
Correct.
How you doing up there, man? It's been a while since we've had you on the show.
Yeah, it's been about a year. I can't complain. It's Wednesday, a nice fall day. All things are good, all things considered.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, let's bring you up close and personal here. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, the Queen City Blues Fest and why you're doing all this.
Yeah, so this is our fifth annual Queen City Blues Fest this year at the Blue Note in Harrison, Ohio. 6 bands, 2 of the 6 from the Columbus region. Bob will get in more in detail on the bands later on here, but it's a good mix of kind of blues rock, traditional blues, female-led blues. So there's something for everyone in the blues genre. It's as most people know that follow blues, it's not strictly the sad, downtrodden music that people typically stereotype it as. It's upbeat, it's dance, it's rock, it's everything in between. So it's a good mix. This is an all ages event. So, you know, some venues people hesitate to go because they can't bring their kids, but this particular venue is kid friendly for the evening, shall we say. So all are welcome. The unique thing about this place compared to where we did it in the past at the Southgate House is this venue, you can actually pick a reserved seat, which is nice. So sometimes people show up late and they're worried, oh, I'm not going to get a good space. I'm going to be stuck in the back or the side. Well, don't hesitate here because you can go online and physically pick your seat. It's 2 stages. There's a kind of a left stage and a right stage. And no matter where you sit, you'll be able to see both stages. So the music will basically go back to back. So there might be a small gap in between, a few minutes for the introduction, but the music will be pretty much straight through 5 to 11.
Perfect. So we're talking the Blue Note in Harrison, a great venue to see live music. Always wonderful production there. Great sounds. Somebody's ringing. That happens. It's all right. I think that was Bob there. But I do want to say you have a lofty goal here with this back-to-back stage thing and your time frame. You've got 60 minutes an act, which is really cool. And tell me a little bit more about the Queen City Blues Alliance, because that's who's putting this on. Give me a little backgrounder about that if you can. And Sean, I'm going to mute you. I'm getting a lot of noise from your microphone, so I'm going to mute you till I have you talk, okay? You'll be able to hear me, but I can't hear you. Adam, tell me a little more about this if you can.
Yeah, so this started up, honestly, with COVID in there. I'm not, Bob, you might know the exact year. I want to say like around 17 or 18, give or take, 2017 or 18. Bob, myself, and another gentleman, Jerry Strait, kind of had this brainchild idea to just basically have another venue or another avenue for blues performances in the Cincinnati area. At the time, the Cincinnati Blues Society was doing the Summerfest, and I think the Winterfest was still going on. And then we just basically wanted to do something in addition to that, more the merrier, if you would, not so much as a competition, but just as another venue, another avenue for artists to get their name out there on a platform to show the community, the tri-state, who they are, what they're about. So yeah, we did our first event at the Southgate House. Again, I forget the year offhand. And we had a pretty good turnout, all things considered. And like I said, we don't really have a huge outreach with social media or billboards or TV ads or print media. It's pretty much a grassroots effort by Bob, myself, and Jerry Strait, and anyone else that wants to kind of spread the word. So I think basically for what we work with, we do a very good job. And the events we've done outside of our kind of annual Blues Fest, in the past, when Mecklenburg Gardens was open, we did kind of an unplugged acoustic thing there for a few years in a row, which was kind of blues unplugged, a different style, if you would. And so in the fall was kind of our bigger event, the electrified band event. So we're looking forward to this.
Outstanding. And yeah, it's to me, it's amazing the amount of blues support there is in the tri-state area here, because you go to so many places and you talk about blues music and they're like, no, there's nowhere you could ever go hear blues music here. Around here, there are a lot of blues players, and this region has produced some of the best of the best. I mean, they've gone to the International Blues Challenge and finished top level each time. So we've got a whole host of people, which means I'm going to kick it over to Bob for a minute. Bob, tell us about the lineup for this event that's going on here at the Blue Note on October 25th.
Yeah, great. My band, Mr. Man and the Mojo Band, is going to kick it off. We've been playing for 12 years in town, actually. We got sax and keys, both female and male vocalists, 6-piece band. So we're going to start it off. Then we're going to turn it off to the next stage, where Sean Booker, a Damn It Band, is going to play. Now, Sean's been to the International Blues Challenge finals 2 times. She's out of Columbus. She's considered the Empress of the Blues there in Columbus. Then after Sean, the Gene and Johnny Band is going to play. And these are happening, like Adam said, boom, boom, boom. There's 2 stages, and as soon as one settles down, the other one's going to kick off. It's just going to be perfect. So after Sean Booker, it's going to be the Gene and Johnny Band, and all your listeners know about them. After that, as on the stage where Sean was, we'll switch over, and Sonny Mormon's going to play there. Sonny Mormon's been to the finals of the International Blues Challenge, and I tell you, he's the hardest working blues performer there is in this area. How many days a week he plays for how many years? Unbelievable. Then I think after that, on the right stage, it's going to be the J. Jesse Johnson Band. We all know J. Jesse Johnson. He's got that rock and roll blues thing going, the beer bottle blues all along. And then after that, it's going to be Sean Carney. Now, Sean Carney had not only been to the International Blues Challenge finals, but in 2007, he won the International Blues Challenge finals, and he used that to springboard his career to play in Europe and all over the U.S. So we're blessed to have such a great lineup here for this.
Fantastic lineup, Bob. And are you the music director that puts this lineup together?
You know, me and Adam and Jerry, we all discuss it and come up, and we actually have a list of more bands than we have space for. So we have to go through and cut through that, and we like to have both local bands and out-of-town bands, you know, the bands that you do get to see and bands that you don't get to see so often here in Cincinnati.
All right. So Sean Booker, the Empress. That's a lofty title now, isn't it?
Yeah, because they already had a queen, so I'm an empress.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Sean, you're going to play this event. Tell everybody what they can expect to hear from you.
Well, you know, most of my music is original music, and I write about what I know about, and it's blues rooted because I am the blues, but I have heavy rock influences. You know, I'm like Tina Turner Jr. I might throw a Susan Tedeschi in there. So there are people that I will cover, but they have to be really good. Otherwise, I just do my own stuff.
I kind of like that. That's confidence at its best, right? That's why they call you the Empress, right?
There it is. They've called me other things too, but I'll take that.
All right. Well, we're going to call you great today because you're on this lineup for October 25th, and I'll get back to you in a minute, Sean. I want to talk to Gina for a second too. Gina, I've had you on the show numerous times. We know
Yes,
each other
sir.
very well, but you are one of those people that I just if I get a chance to hear you sing, I go hear you sing. You're remarkable, and your collaboration now with Johnny and the Gina and Johnny band. You've got not only a great partner there with Johnny Fink, but your band. I watched Mike Grosser over the weekend play, and I was just blown away by him again. He's such a pro. And
Such
you
a
looking,
pro.
and he's such a great guy too. That's what's cool about him. Tell me a little bit about your band for those that may not know the Gina and Johnny band out there, and what you're looking forward to with this.
So they've all played music for 30 plus years. They're amazing at what they do. Johnny Fink has another band. He has his JFI band. Roger Bates, who plays the drums for us, he's played with Bob Herman, with Too Juicy, and I think he's done some other things with him as well. And then Mike Grosser has played with multiple musicians. And many years ago, he also has toured and stuff too. So I'm excited to play this Blues Fest, and we're going to do some originals, maybe do some covers as well, but a lot of our originals, and we've got some new stuff too.
Absolutely, and looking forward to all of that. And Gina, you're just such a pro on stage too, and you put out a stage vibe that's like none other. And thank you for being with us today. I appreciate you being here. And I want to talk about the blues vibe a little bit with you guys. Let's take a minute before we get into the details of the concert and all that to talk about because I think Sean said it best there. She's influenced by the blues, or she does the blues, but she's also influenced by some rock and roll and all that. Blues is such a wide variety of music when you kind of lump it into one category that people, you can have that rocky blues, or you can have that soulful, tearful blues and all that. Somebody take it and talk a little bit about that. Bob, maybe you could lead us off about why you chose the bluesy music.
I don't know. It kind of just spoke to me. And I think Buddy Guy has a good quote in there when he said, "The blues ain't nothing but a good man feeling bad." You know, and the music allows you to release those emotions and that. And when you play without just playing script for script, note for note, what somebody else has played, is when you take it and make it your own. You know, and you put those emotions into it, and people feel it in your playing and how you interact with your band. You know, that's the whole thing of the blues for me, is to bring it out and show how you feel.
Well, somebody said to me one day, we were doing a show, and they said something about blues is kind of an old people's sport. And I thought, hold on a minute, because I remember working shows years ago with Noah Witherspoon when he was not old enough to drive. His mom was bringing him to the shows, okay? And there was a cat that could play blues like none other at the age of 15 years old. So it's not an old people's sport. It's an all ages sport. And certainly, I think it's appealing. It's the roots of music. I mean, it goes back in time to be, I believe, the roots of all music. What do you guys think?
Yeah, there's nothing that you can hear today, even in the most modern music, that doesn't have its roots in the blues. You know, it goes back to the beginning of time. You know, it's a polyrhythmic thing, but there's also a melodic thing in there, and how you can use those bits within the confines of the blues to express yourself.
Well, yeah, and how many songs are "Walking the Dog"? Man, I'm up and down the scale and everything. I mean, it is. And Sean, you were nodding your head. Yes, I had you muted there because I am still getting that silly noise from you. But
I don't know why, and I don't
I
have
don't
anything
either.
on, but it's okay.
It's just strange.
Yeah, it's my signal. I have several. No, music, blues is the to me the music of the survivor. And as a kid, I kind of saw it as sad. You know, because when you saw older people drinking and sipping in them, and so they seem sad, but it's the music of the survivor. And so my grandma's quote is, "You live to tell about it." So whatever you've been through, you've lived to tell about it, and that's what blues is. And that's why you have those repeating lines. My woman didn't left me. My woman didn't left me. They want you to get that storytelling with a really cool walk, as you say.
Absolutely. And I mean, and it's rooted. I mean, if you look at all the people that were Elvis fans, I mean, Elvis was bluesy too, I mean, there was just and that whole area, and it's not pigeonholed just to Memphis, and that's kind of the king and that's the place to go, but it's everywhere. And unfortunately, blues in the schools is not happening like it used to be taught, and those kind of things. They've cut those programs, and I hate to see that, because the blues music is the foundation for everything else everybody's listening to. Well, at least up until 2000, maybe. I'll just say that. But this whole thing you're doing is a huge show. Mike Grosser was just giving props to Adam there as well for putting on the show and doing that. Thanks for that comment. DV8's in the house. Thank you. Says Gina McCann, can't say enough. There we go. And Carla, thank you so much for being here. Quentin, thanks for being with us today. All the comments coming in, we appreciate that very much. Let's talk about the logistics of this show. Doors are going to open at 5 or 4 o'clock, I believe. Correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right. So doors at 5 or 4. I'll get it right here in a minute. 5 o'clock for the music is when it starts, and you're nonstop till 11.
Yeah. I mean, there might be a 2 or 3 minute break in between just to switch stages and introduce the band, but that's about it.
Perfect. And how about Adam? Let's talk about ticket sales. You can get pre-sale tickets. I know it's cincyticket.com, but let's talk about the pricing and all that.
Yeah, so correct. cincyticket.com. You can buy the pre-sale tickets, the reserved seat tickets. That is, I believe they're $25 pre-sale. You can buy them day of at the door. They won't be reserved, and those are $30. And at the door, it is cash only. So that is important to note and remember. The venue is just the ticketing is cash only at the door. I believe the bar and whatnot does take card, but the tickets at the door are cash only. So if you want a reserved seat, which I recommend, I think that gives most people the peace of mind getting there whenever they want to get there. Again, pre-sale, $25, cincyticket.com.
And yeah, you can go right on there and pick your seat. I mean, you can. Yep. You can pick your table, your seat, whatever you want to do. And the Blue Note's if you've never been to the Blue Note, it's a big, big venue.
Yeah.
So you have plenty of opportunity to pick a good seat and be able to visualize both of those stages. Or you can just go mobile all night and walk right up to the one stage while they play and walk over to the next one, be right up front and do what you want to do. Interestingly enough about the Blue Note too, it's not as far as people like to say it is. A lot of people say, oh, it's so far out there. It's really quick to get to, and got good parking, good lighting out in the parking lot, all that. It's just a nice, fun place to go see a music show. And they do a variety of stuff, but they do focus a lot on blues players. They have a lot of blues players come through the Blue Note, and that comes from its deep rooted history in that. And I want to talk just for a minute to Gina, if you can. Gina, you've been doing this for quite a while. Why did you pick the blues music over? Because I've heard you sing everything. You can sing any song. I mean, you can sing the phone book, Gina. But why did you pick blues as your genre of choice?
The way it made me feel. It was a feeling for me. So just going back a little bit, the first band, so I entered a Craigslist ad. The first band that I was ever in, I was introduced to Susan Tedeschi, and she was my first big blues influence. And that was probably about 20 years ago. And from then it was like I couldn't get my hands and ears on enough blues music from that point. And for me, it's a feeling. And it feels good for me, and that's why I picked the blues. It feels good.
Well, it's got to feel good if you want to be happy in doing it. And Gina, you and I attended a show one time, a JJ Gray show, and
yes.
I a couple times actually, and I was taken back by the way you stood at the stage and just focused and sucked it all in, man. You were like this, you learn every time you're out there, don't you? Watching other performers.
Absolutely.
Things. Sunday was another one of those. In fact, I think we joked about that a little bit, the talent in the room. And it's like, I can't get myself away from the stage. Hi, Johnny Fink. He's in here today. Thank you. He's driving 95 miles an hour, he says, to get home. So thank you. Thank you, Johnny, for being here. So Gina, thank you for that comment. And let me get back to Sean again real fast here. Sean, I'm going to unmute your mic and say hi to you again, if we can. There she is. So when did you start playing the blues, Sean?
Well, really, it's later than you think. I hadn't done blues until 2000, and I only did blues then because I was at a festival and Herb Sollers was the president of the Columbus Blues Alliance, and he said, "Oh, you sound great. You ought to put a blues band together and do the blues challenge," and I did. So before that, I was already doing original music. I came to Columbus as a writer, and but funk, and I started in gospel. My grandfather was a pastor, and I think. When I told him my grandfather, I wanted to do other music, it was kind of getting his blessing. He actually told me, go get you some Big Maybelle and some Bessie Smith. Now, I thought my grandfather was born with a robe. And so he released me. And yeah, and I still didn't go right to it then. I was still doing mostly like jazz stuff. But in 2000, it's when it all clicked in. And I did a little hosting at the Dolphin, which is one of the oldest blues dives, I think, in these United States. Is still going after 40 years. And so I just kind of came into it. I think I was always the blues, but I had to come into it. It's the music of the survivor. You have to have a little heartbreak, and then I think you can do it. And it doesn't have to be older people, because young kids can see some things and go through some things, so they truly can have the blues too. They truly can.
Perfect. Thank you. Great comments. Hey, Adam up there, and then
Yes.
Bob. I'll get to Bob too. How much time and planning does it take to put one of these events on? Do you start for a year ago?
I mean, I think Bob can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this particular year, we started this past January or February. I feel like in the past we started pretty much right afterwards, and after this last one, I said let's take a few months and enjoy what we did and recover and recuperate before we jump in head first again.
Bob, how about you? A lot of planning on the musical side here?
Yeah, I'm thinking immediately at the last fest, what acts we wanted to have in there to just enhance the whole experience, and what out-of-town bands we wanted, what in-town bands we wanted, and how to make it, the whole thing, a great event. We had last year was our first year at the Blue Note, so we were excited about that. We thought it went really well, and I was immediately thinking of how we could make it better this year.
Absolutely. And I know I've done a little MC work for the Winter Blues experience with Peter and that group. And I know the amount of work. He's exhausted by the time this show goes on. I mean, he's put on so much work and putting it together. And then you've got the production side of things. You've got all the moving parts of bands getting on and off the stage. So it takes a village probably to put this thing on, doesn't it, Bob?
But the village is really amongst the musicians. We got Tony and Kenny, who normally run the sound. They run the sound at Peter's event also, and they do a great job at the Blue Note. So
Fantastic.
They keep everything sounding great. And as the musicians, we're all friends. So, Sean Carney's probably going to use my amps in that when we get on there. So everything is just cooperative with all the bands from each other. We don't have any of the attitude where somebody's going to take longer to get off stage just to cut somebody else's time. It's all smooth and we all work together.
Outstanding. It's just the Cincinnati area, the community, the people there. The tri-state is that way. I guess I shouldn't just say Cincinnati, but the community is amazing, and the way they come to support each other. And if you're across town and you have a piece of equipment fail and you throw a little post out there or something, the next thing you know, you've got 5 or 6 musicians offering, I'll bring you one, I'll do this, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I mean, that's just really cool. And it's not a level of competition. It's a level of community. And I just can't say enough about it. And we witness it everywhere we go. And you guys are putting together a hell of a lineup here. And I'm going to go back to Sean real quick, and then we'll get to the details again of the show so everybody that's watching knows what's going on. Sean, why the name?
I knew it. Because all through my life, I was told Sean is a boy's name. I went through that all the way through school. And even as I had started playing in the city, people would say, oh, Sean Booker, I thought you were a dude. Oh, I expect you to be a dude. And it happened to me in corporate America when I had, I'm a recovered accountant and I do interviews and send resumes and they were expecting a dude. And so I'm Sean Booker, damn it. That's why. But it's not a curse word. In France, it's Dami, Dammit, Sean Booker, Dami.
Demi.
I have a feeling the people are in for a great show from Sean.
Oh,
I just
yeah.
have that feeling. All right. I
you,
do.
you don't know yet. You're going to find out. They say you play rock, you play funk, you play jazz, but it is the blues. The blues. Nothing else has it. And I'm proud to be in this fraternity sorority, and it works around the world, the entire world.
I have an inquiring mind. One more question for you, Sean.
Okay.
Let's get away from the blues for a second. What's your favorite funk song? Because I'm a funk fanatic.
I think it's probably going to be, the band Mother's Finest. Do you know them?
Yes.
The Truth Will Set You Free.
There you go.
And
Now,
then it
that
would
was
have to be
not what
George
I
Clinton
expected.
coming George Clinton, anything Clinton after that. But The Truth Shall Set You Free. That funk rock Georgia band, I love to this day. Mother's Finest, funky, and
Awesome.
Ohio players.
Great stuff from up here my way. Yes.
Yeah, boy. I'm from
Yeah.
Youngstown, so that's my stuff.
Yeah, I did a lot of work back in the day with Heat Wave and those guys
love
and Roger
them.
Troutman and
Oh,
yeah,
we
love
gonna
those
have to
folks.
talk. Those are
We
my
are.
homies.
We
They
need to get
got
together.
me ready. They got me ready. I wasn't the type of singer that they wanted, but I absorbed so much, and I did a little writing in the studios, for them. Some of those little funky things. So, yeah, can't help it.
Cool
Can't fake the
stuff.
funk. Can't fake the funk, baby.
There we go, Sean. You are a priceless person to have on the show. Thank you so much. And let me kick back up, Adam. Let's go over the details of the show again, so everybody that's watching today knows, because that's what we're here to promote, guys. Queen City Blues Fest, and give them the details one more time, Adam.
Yes, certainly. Queen City Blues Fest will take place on October 25th, 2025 at the Blue Note in Harrison. The doors open at 4. The music runs nonstop from 5 to 11. Pre-sale reserved seating available at Cincy Tickets or cincyticket.com. Day of show tickets at the door, $30 cash only. So it's a great lineup, 6 bands, 2 of which from the Columbus region. Blues across the whole gamut of the spectrum of the genre. Something for everybody, all ages event. So come on out, have a good time. Bring your wife, bring your husband, bring your kids, bring your friends. I guarantee you'll have a good time.
Amen. And that's $5 a band, people. Think about that. Even if you're paying at the door, that's $5 a band. That is so cheap for entertainment. I mean, you can't buy a Big Mac for that today. So that's, it's really good stuff. And what you guys are doing is amazing. And how you're trying to bring this blues community together and make it have its forefront to people so they know about the blues is just killer to me. I just love it. Bob, what else do you have to add today as we're chatting here?
Well, I want to tell you that we got the blues, but we're not sad about it. We're going to have a party. We want everybody to have fun.
Right.
I think Bob is ready for this event. You can just tell he's excited. He's ready to jump in there. So, guys, we've covered the show, all that. Some of you in this room have been royalty, obviously, at the International Blues Challenge. You've been there. You've competed there. You've been a part of that. That experience has got to be amazing, just to be in the same room with all those players from all over the world, that come into that event. But, you've won the Cincinnati events, the Columbus events, and all that. Do you feel like that is a boost for your career when you do those kind of things?
I feel like I've got some bumps out of it. I think Gina and Johnny should have been in the finals. I know I want to be a judge the next time. I mean, some of these times I just had some exceptions with some of the things that I saw, and I got discriminating taste. I know what's good and I know what's not, and I just saw some shenanigans. So yeah, it helps, but don't think it can make or break you, because you're the only one that can make or break yourself.
Amen.
And Gina, how did it feel to go down there to Memphis?
It was amazing. It was such an amazing experience, man. It was incredible. The networking, all of it. It was amazing.
you were riding high down there. I think you were having a good time, and
I
that's
floated
so
for a
fun.
long time after that.
And I will tell everybody watching today, if you haven't seen, and I haven't seen Sean, so I can't
She's
comment
incredible.
on her. But if you haven't seen Gina sing, you need to see Gina sing as well.
She's
because,
incredible.
she's a powerhouse. She is. And Bob, real quick, Mr. Man and the Mojo Band, what can they expect from your band?
Oh, we're going to have fun. You know, we got a big sound, a lot of pieces, and we blow it as hard as we can every time.
There you go. All right. Anybody have anything else before I ask my final question of the day? Wow, the room just got quiet. They're all like, "What's he going to ask?"
Yeah, right.
Tina knows what I'm going to ask.
I
She's
know
been
what
on
you're
the show
asking.
before. I don't do an interview ever without asking this question, and I'm going to put Bob in the hot seat first.
Bring it on.
Bob, if you could take the stage, past or present, with anybody in the entire world, whether they're living or they're deceased, who would you take the stage with?
I'd have to say Luther Allison, and a lot of people don't know who Luther Allison is. He was a blues man out of Louisiana, moved to Chicago, played in France, and he was the headliner at the first Cincy Blues Fest that I played at back in 1995. And I got to talk with him for just a second, and he was accepting of me as a young punk, you know. So he passed away in 1997, but I'd have to say Luther Allison. He's the pinnacle for me.
There you go. How about let's go to Sean.
Freddie King all day long. Freddie King, my dude. I would love. Oh God, I get chills thinking about it. Just singing back with him. He play a lick, I sing a lick. Oh my God, that would be it.
You're fangirling a little bit there, I think.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm blushing even. Oh my God.
That's all right. All right, Gina.
I'm gonna say Danielle Nicole again.
That's your go-to.
She's a favorite. She's my go-to.
Yeah,
Freddie King's a Batman pajama too.
Yes, she's great. So, Adam, tell me who you would like to be on stage with. I know I have people that I just stand there and kind of drool and watch. I wouldn't do anything, but
Yeah, so when I go to concerts, my wife always asks, she goes, you don't look like you're having fun. You're just standing there. You look bored. And it's because I sit there and overanalyze and watch the musicians and take it all in. I'm not, I am there to have fun, but when I watch it, it's because I'm consuming it all. I'm dissecting it all, understanding it all. So for me, I would say Eric Clapton, just because that's kind of what started my dive into the blues, if you would, when I was like 12 or 13. And if you know Eric Clapton, pretty much he played blues covers to a degree, or blues influence, and then you pretty much dive from there and go backwards, forward, sidewards to all the people he's covered or influenced, and it's a pretty wide reaching root system.
amen to that. Love some Eric Clapton for sure. So, folks, again, let's recap this one more time. Cincinnati this weekend. Well, it's Harrison, Ohio.
Next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. I'm sorry, at the Blue Note. See, I'm going to get it right today. It's been a long week, people. I'm sorry. It has. I'm working a little too much, but yeah, the 25th of October. Doors at 4, show at 5, and music all night till 11 o'clock at the Blue Note. And you've got, let me get that music list back up here of all our performers that are going to be there, because it's an amazing group. Mr. Man and the Mojo Band, Sean Booker, damn it. Sean, damn it. Sonny Mormon, Gina and Johnny Band, Sean Carney Band, and J. Jesse Johnson. And I love a lot of those. I love J. Jesse Johnson and his rocky blues style. He's just so fun as well. So you've got a hell of a lineup, Adam.
Yeah, it's a good mix. Like I said, you got the rock blues, you got the soul blues, you got the horn blues, keyboards. I mean, it's pretty much across the whole genre spectrum there is to offer. Everything but acoustic blues pretty much is what's going to be there.
And a great production team that you have there that's going to be doing the show for you too. Those guys are stellar and always great to work with. They'll have those bands changed over and on and off the way they need to be, and everything's going to be on time, I'm sure. And you guys are just looking forward to a great event. Anybody have anything else to share before we go bye-bye today?
It's a wang dang doodle. We're going to have a wang dang doodle.
We're
About to
pitching
have
it.
some fun.
Man, John, you've been throwing out all kinds of words, shenanigans earlier and all that stuff.
I was an English major. No, I love words. I'm a songwriter. I have words. I have plenty of them.
Well, I like the fact that you're a recovering accountant. That no one's ever said that on the show before, so that's awesome.
Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you.
It's outstanding. Adam, anything else to share, buddy?
No, thanks for having us. We appreciate it, and we're looking forward to this event.
Bob, you good?
I'm great.
You're always great, Bob. Great to have you on here. Gina, anything from you?
No, sir. Be ready to party and dance.
Yeah.
All right. Not this Saturday, next Saturday, Blue Note Harrison, guys. 4:00 doors. Get a ticket, cincyticket.com. Queen City Blues Fest. Join them there. Thanks for being on the show today, everybody. I appreciate you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. See you next week.
All right. Here we go. We're out of here. Thank you, Diana Halligan, for that comment. Thank you, Carla. Mike Grosser, thanks.
Working for the weekend, and I wanna see a show.
Little shameless plug. You see Gina and Johnny Band tonight at the Bell and the Bear if you want to catch them there. All right.
With
Shameless
Mason
plug.
Johnson.
A little
With
preview.
Mason Johnson. Oh, yeah. The future of guitar in the
Yeah.
tri-state as well. That kid's awesome. Thank y'all. We'll see you.
See ya.
Bye-bye. If I can get it to shut down. Here we go.